Imagine, guys, if you're at your local game store or you're at a big Pokemon convention and somebody walks up to you and says, hey, I'll give you any one of these 4 graded PSA 10 cards for free, but you have to tell me which one of them is fake, and you only have 10 seconds to figure it out. Could you do it? Did you figure it out? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name is Will. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys know that I love you, that God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. As collectors, we need to be ever vigilant because with anything that there is inherent value, including Pokemon cards or anything else that you could collect, where there's value, there's going to be scammers. There's going to be somebody looking to take advantage of somebody else. So today, I actually have a testimony from a buddy of mine, Windy City Pop Shop on Instagram, where he almost got scammed, but fortunately he was smart and paid attention and avoided the scam. So I'm going to take his experience and the fake slab that he sent me to try and help teach you guys from a broad perspective, in a very general sense, how to identify fake PSA slabs and how to scrutinize them a little bit more to make sure you don't essentially buy a fake and get scammed out of potentially thousands of dollars. If this is your first time to the channel and you like all things Pokemon, I try to bring you guys 2 to 3 videos a week, so if you like those videos, hit that subscription button and that notification bell. That way YouTube will tell you every time I put up new content. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we have 4 beautiful PSA 10 slabs, and I did give you guys 10 seconds at the very beginning to see if you could identify which one is fake, and most of you probably weren't able to. I wasn't able to tell which one was fake just from a quick picture. I had to actually look at it closely in order to tell. But if you can't tell which one of these 4 slabs is fake, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, it's the Dark Raichu right here from the Team Rocket Holo First Edition, okay? This is the fake right here. So let's take a little bit closer of a look. And so this is the first ever secret rare in Pokemon, okay? And from a glance, if you're just looking at this really quick, I mean, it looks pretty good, right? From a glance, it looks pretty good. You got the holo foil, you got the first edition stamp. If you're not looking too closely, I mean, it's in a PSA slab, right? It's good to go if it's in a PSA slab. If it's in a PSA slab, it means it's perfectly good to go, right? You don't even really have to do your diligence. You can just spend thousands of dollars if it's in a slab. Wrong. You need to pay attention. You need to do your due diligence. So this Dark Raichu secret rare card from Team Rocket, the first edition run, is indeed a fake. And it does look pretty decent, but there are telltale signs that you can tell it's a fake. But for somebody that's new to collecting, for somebody that maybe hasn't been collecting for a long time, or somebody that just thinks, oh my gosh, they're offering me this slab for $1,000 instead of, you know, $1,500 or $1,700 like it might be worth, let's jump on it, you could easily lose out on your money. So there are a bunch of different ways that we can do this, and we can tell. We're going to go through and compare them, okay? Guys, drop me a comment down below. Have you ever been scammed with Pokemon cards? Drop me a comment down below and let me know if you've ever been scammed or if you almost got scammed and you avoided it. So quick backstory, what happened with this card right here is my buddy from Windy City Pop Shop, he was looking to purchase one, and he came across a seller, and the guy was selling it for $1,000. Red flag number 1. Selling it for $1,000 is a price that can be a little bit too good to be true. And like I always say, if the price is too good to be true, there should be a little more investigation done. It could be too good to be true. So the seller was willing to sell this for $1,000, and he was skeptical. He was like, I don't know. And so the seller said, hey, I'll send it to you. I trust you. And when you get it, you pay me $1,000. Nani? That should be a big red flag number 2. Unless it's somebody that you really know, and unless it's somebody that you've done a lot of business with in the past, who's gonna send out a slab that's worth $1,500 to $1,700 and just trust you to pay them? That should scream that there's an issue. That should scream that there's not much invested in this specific card or whatever it may be, that person is worried about. So he got the card, and it was indeed fake, and he reached out to me and he's like, hey, look, here's what happened. I want to send this card to you so that you can do some comparison. So big shout out to Nick over at Windy City Pop Shop. I appreciate you providing me with this fake Dark Raichu Holo, let's jump in and take a look and compare some things. Compare how we can tell what's fake and what's not from a few simple tips, okay? This isn't going to be a massive in-depth look at how to tell what's fake, but just a kind of a way that the normal average collector can scan things and mitigate that potential loss of getting scammed. Okay, so what we have today is we have a full art M Mega Charizard EX PSA 10 from XY Evolutions. Okay, now these are all real except for the Dark Raichu right here. We have a full art shiny Charizard VMAX from Shiny Star V. So this is the Japanese version, the Japanese equivalent. And then we have our fake Dark Raichu. And then we have our Cosmic Eclipse Secret Rare Full Art Pikachu, all in PSA 10s. All wonderful cards, all relatively highly sought after by different people, and all beautiful cards. So all of these are cards that you could potentially get scammed on a fake. And so yes, indeed, there are stores on Etsy and other places that are selling fake PSA slabs, and you can print up a label, okay, and put anything on that label that you want if you have the appropriate software and everything. So you buy yourself a fake PSA slab and then print up your label and then get yourself a fake card, and then boom, there you go. So let's do some comparison. Let's compare first. Okay, let's just compare overall the look of the slab, okay? This is the most alarming thing, and the thing that is probably the most deceptive are the slabs themselves look pretty darn good. The fake slab, it has the frosted look of a PSA slab. It looks pretty freaking accurate to a PSA slab. But for the slab itself, we're not talking about the card, we're not talking about the label. There is one huge glaring difference, okay? Look at my Cosmic Eclipse Pikachu right here. Do you see right there? See if I can get the camera to poke. Can y'all see right there on the slab, there's a tiny little PSA. Do you see that? There's a tiny little PSA, and then on the reverse, there's a tiny little PSA logo right there as well, okay? On the Pikachu, on the Charizard, in the bottom right-hand corner, whether you're looking at the front or the back, you're gonna have that tiny little PSA insignia. Look at the fake slab. There is no PSA insignia in the bottom right-hand corner. So that is the first glaring difference, okay? So if you're looking at a PSA slab, a true PSA slab has you can actually feel it. It's actually tactile. You can actually feel it. It has that PSA little logo on the slab itself. So there is your first glaring issue, or your first red flag saying, the slab itself is probably fake. Next, if you just look at the card, and if you're looking to spend a bunch of money on a card, you should be able to identify what are the true characteristics of the card. The first thing right away on this is, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's not the right color, and the holo foil doesn't look right. There's other issues with the card, but you know, so many people, because it's in a slab, right? It's in a slab. I don't need to check and see if the card's okay. So many people would just see that it's in a PSA slab and then be like, boom, good to go. But there are definitely issues with the card. So the second tip is to just be familiar with the card that you're purchasing. Don't purchase a card just because it's in a slab thinking it's okay. Be familiar with the card and look at the card and see if it's okay. Next up, let's take a look at our M Charizard EX that is authentic. Now, I want you to see, can y'all see right there? If you look at the label, okay, if you look closely at the label, you can see that it has a little blue hue to it. And that little blue hue, it's like a little design that says PSA underneath it. It's just a very faint security feature that says PSA on it. And if you look at the Raichu, you see the Raichu right next to it. You see how it's a different color? The Raichu, the fake label is completely white because it doesn't have that very faint blue background that's kind of cross-hatched saying PSA like the Charizard does. And if we look at all of them, we'll see the same exact thing. You see how it's white because there's nothing on the back, and that has that faint PSA kind of watermark on the back right there, as does the Pikachu. It's very faint, but if you're looking at them in hand and you're looking at them in hand and you're really scrutinizing, you can totally tell that this one is completely missing that, and then the real true PSA slab does have that blue watermark on the background. So that is another thing to look out for. And while we have them right here, the next thing to look out for is if you look at this closely, the little PSA logo right there, it's actually hollow foil. You can see it's got a little hollow foil reflection on the front and the back. And if you look at the fake one, there is no hollow foil reflection. It's just printed on there. It's not actually holographic. It's not actually a hollow foil. It's just printed on there. And you can see, you see how we, yeah, so that's the next thing to look for, is that. So those are some of the biggest tells. Those are some of the biggest ways that you can spot if a PSA slab is fake. Any of those things pop up, I wouldn't trust a PSA slab. And here's something that's really scary. If we take our PSA 10 Cosmic Eclipse Pikachu, we can see our number right there, okay? Matches up with our number there. And if you take your phone, you can actually scan the QR code, and then it will bring up psacard.com, and then boom, right there you get your certificate number. There is a picture of the card, okay, number matches up. Pokemon Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse Full Art Pikachu Gem Mint 10 gives us our population. There's 539 Gem Mint 10s in the world of this card. Nice, that's great, right? That works perfectly. Let's do the same. Let's do the same with our Japanese Shiny Star V Charizard. Boom, pull it open in Safari. And this is another thing. People will be like, oh, we can scan it, looks great. Look, we got a certification number, Shiny Charizard VMAX, Gem Mint 10, population 1,383. So if we go over to the Dark Raichu, do the same thing. Say you're like, oh, well, let me scan the code because this person is telling me that even the code scans properly. We've got the number, okay? Let's scan the code right there. We're gonna scan our code, and what does it do? It pulls up the authentication number that's on the slab for a Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Hollow First Edition Gem Mint 10 with a population report of 216. It actually pulls that up. This is PSA's actual database right here. So what that means is this number and this QR code are affiliated with a real Gem Mint 10 First Edition Team Rocket Dark Raichu. That is a legitimate number, and there is a real Holo Raichu affiliated with this number that is on there. And that this is an open database. PSA has an open database that people can look at, so that it means somebody found a Gem Mint 10 Holo Raichu, Dark Holo Raichu secret rare, took the number, took the QR code, all of that stuff, and put it on this slab to try and fool people. So that is something that is not a fail-safe. That is not a fail-safe if the QR code scans and the numbers match up. That doesn't mean it's real. That doesn't mean it's real, because those can be faked and those can be reproduced. So my friends, just be careful. Those few tips that I showed you can really, really, really help. If you're buying a PSA slab, make sure it has the little embossed PSA insignia on the bottom right-hand side. Make sure you can see the blue watermark behind the lettering on the labels. Make sure you have holo foil on your PSAs, all that stuff. And you want to confirm and you want to make sure that this actually pulls something up, but this QR code pulling something up doesn't mean it's true. But if it didn't pull something up, you might be aware of an issue there. And then know the card that you're purchasing. Know how to look at the card that you're buying and determine if that's a real card or not. Because clearly this Dark Raichu is a fake card in a fake slab with a fake label. Now that might not be an exhaustive list, but like I said, that is kind of an overall broad view look at ways to identify fake PSA slabs to keep yourself from getting scammed. If there are any other tips and tricks that you know, please drop a comment down below letting me and everybody else know ways that you can identify fake PSA slabs. My friends, I hope you all enjoyed this Pokemon 101 video. If there are any other Pokemon 101 topics that you would like to see, drop a comment down below. I'm always willing and I love to make videos teaching y'all new things. So if there's any other 101 topics about Pokemon that you would like to see, please drop a comment down below and let me know. All right, my friends, well, I hope I earned your subscription today. I hope you'll check out some of my other videos right here. Lots of really cool stuff for you guys to enjoy. If you haven't already, hit that subscription button and that notification bell. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today and be the change you want to see in the world. We'll see you next time.